1 John 4, do not believe every spirit but test the spirits. In the 4th chapter of 1 John, the themes of love and truth are presented with renewed vigor. He also introduces the principle of testing spirits, to discern truth from falsehood, providing guidance on knowing how to discern the Spirit of God. John emphasizes the importance of love among believers, as a reflection of God's love for them. Exegesis by sections and verses. Verses 1 to 6. Testing the spirits. John urges believers not to believe every spirit, but to test the spirits to see whether they are from God. He warns that many false prophets have gone out into the world. He provides a test regarding false prophets. Every spirit that acknowledges that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh is from God, and any spirit that does not acknowledge Jesus is not from God. John reassures believers that they know who these false prophets are, because the spirit that is in them is greater than the spirit that is in the world. Verses 7 to 12. God's love and our love. In these verses, John explains that love is from God, and everyone who loves has been born of God and knows God. He asserts that God's love was revealed by sending His only Son into the world, so that we might live through Him. John insists that since God loved us so much, we must love one another. Verses 13 to 16. God's love and our love. John explains that God has given us His Spirit as proof that we live in Him, and He lives in us. He affirms that whoever confesses that Jesus is the Son of God, God abides in him, and he in God. John further emphasizes that we have come to know and believe the love that God has for us. Verses 17 to 21. God's love is perfected in us. John talks about the relationship between love and fear, arguing that perfect love casts out fear, because fear has to do with punishment. He further discusses that we love because He first loved us. John concludes the chapter by insisting that those who claim to love God yet hate a brother or sister are liars. John emphasizes that anyone who loves God must also love their brothers and sisters. Overall summary. 1 John chapter 4 highlights the necessity of discernment in spiritual matters and continues to emphasize the commandment of love. It begins by providing a clear criterion for discerning the Spirit of God from the spirit of the Antichrist. Then, John delves deeply into the subject of love, establishing God as the source of love, and stating that a true understanding of God's love for us should lead to our love for others. The chapter concludes with the firm statement that love for God and love for fellow believers are inseparable. The recurring themes of love, truth, and discernment are emphasized throughout this letter.